Uh, Now here I would like to say some points. Okay, everything is okay for me. Okay, now I have to ready for 2 minutes. Okay, now let's see. Salam Habibi, how are you all? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michael Cesarudi Santa, and welcome you to my channel, Sheikh Afghan Jelebi Michael Cesarudi Santa. And accordance with the titles, well, you know, today we are roasting the Qabil watchers of Almas Jacobs, and now we are roasting Almas Jacobs in the points. Okay. Well, here we can see here are some videos of sometimes the vaccine of cancer promoting in school. And now let's see what is about the Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob. Let's see. Okay. Now here we can see the points.
अब अजीजों, हमारी ये काबिल वॉचर ने हमसे पूछा कि क्या ये रॉकेट ठीक है। यकीनन इनके बच्चे स्कूल जाते होंगे और ये जानना चाहती हैं कि क्या उन्हें अपने बच्चों को ये रॉकेट दिलवाना चाहिए या नहीं। तो आज की वीडियो में हम देखेंगे कि आखिर ये सर्वाइकल कैंसर होता क्या।
Okay. Okay, well, here we can see. Well, here I am facing some points. Well, here we can notify is, well, I can tell you some points. Okay. Well, Salam Habibi. Well, now here you have notified it. So, well, here we can see. Okay. And now let's see. Well, what is the Qabil watchers of Alma Jacob? Well, Qabil watchers of Alma Jacob. Well, Salam. Well, Qabil watchers of Alma Jacob is like that. Well, when as in watchers, when you can get some information that Alma Jacob seems and Alma Jacob believe useful, then you are a Qabil watchers of Alma Jacob. Okay. And the Alma Jacob's party is we are all watchers. Here is the points. Okay. Now let's see that what is negativity to be Qabil watchers of Alma Jacob. Well, here you can see that Alma Jacob says that her Qabil watchers say that the cancer vaccine of the cancer is okay for her school student or not. Well, that means Alma in the case in every point we can say Alma Jacob as a coward, Alma Jacob has no courage, but in this case Alma Jacob contains one courage, and the courage is that Well, she considered, just wait for minutes. Well, she considers her watchers as a Qabil, and she considered that, just for 2 minutes. Say hi. Salam. Okay. Almas Jacob considers that her Qabil watchers would contain a daughter that she would go to school and study at class 8 in Pakistani school or class 9 in Pakistani school. Okay. Okay, now commentator is laughing. Well, now let's see what is the reality of the Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob. Let's check it. Okay. Now, first of all, here we can see. Now let's check it. What is the map? Well, recently on the last live stream of Almas Jacob, where here I have mentioned that the topic was Iranian official black magic. Okay. Iranian government defense officials claims that Israeli army, Israeli Air Force applied the black magic to defeat Iran. Well, it was the points of Almas Jacob. And now in the points, here we can say that it is just clear that if you are a if you are a Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob, then I believe that the Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob would not go to school or could not pass the exam of class 3 of any Pakistani school. Okay. And for Indian schools, well, Indian Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob perhaps cannot pass even nursery class of Indian kindergartens. And now, but still, Almas Jacob believed that her Qabil watchers would contain daughter to study class 8. While the reality is that the Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob probably cannot pass class 3 in any Pakistani school. Okay. Now here, you can say Pakistani fathers can be illiterate probably, but still they cannot send their daughter as a bride of a Pakistani groom, where the Pakistani groom cannot pass metric exam of the Pakistani school. Okay. And the demand of Pakistani father for daughter is groom would be graduated in Bachelor of Arts as a minimum wage. Well, but where the groom is graduated of Bachelor of Science or Masters of Science in Computer Science Engineering in Pakistani universities, or that means he would be the best groom of Pakistani father of the Pakistani daughters, because the Pakistani groom is higher educated. And if the Pakistani groom is graduated in Masters of Science in Computer Science in Engineering in the University of Cambridge in England, well, the Pakistani groom is best educated. That is demand of Pakistani man who is the father of Pakistani daughters. Okay. Now here, where Almas Jacob content is like that. Israeli Air Force use black magic to defeat Iranian military. Well, here the Qabil virtues of Almas Jacob cannot even pass class 3 of Pakistani school. Okay, now how he can get daughter? Well, I afraid that if he would get the Qabil watchers of Alma Jacob can abduct of any girl who was student of class 8 in Pakistani school, I am afraid. Okay. And now, well, here as for 2 moments, I can share with you. Okay. Well, now here I am sharing my girlfriend's points. Okay, it is just a character, not a real person, real girlfriend. Okay. Accordance with Gal Gadot, accordance with Alma Jacob Madrasa, what is the black magic of Pakistani school? Okay. Now, accordance with Mossad intelligence reports, Bangladesh wants to attack 60,000 Israeli innocents just because to remove Jewish regime of Israel. Okay. Now here Gal Gadot's F-16 fighter plane is like that. Departure Tel Aviv, Israel, and arrival is Dhaka, Bangladesh. Well, half of weight is 6,650 kilograms. Travel distance is 5,490 kilometers, and the travel time is 10 seconds. Now here the kinetic power is 201 million megawatts. Okay. On the other hand, here we can say, well, here we can see what is the fuel. Fuel is artificial solar arc reactor. Temperature is 666 multiplied by 10 to the power quantable 6 degrees Celsius, and specific heat is 15,408 joule per kilogram per kelvins. Okay, the kinetic weight of artificial sun is here 2 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 6658 kilograms. Okay. Now, well, now here is my points. Okay. Now here my points is that accordance with Almas Jacob madrasa. What is black magic in Pakistani school teachings? Well, where the intelligence ISI intelligence report says that Bangladeshi would attack on 60,000 Pakistani in the purpose of violence. Well, here you can see a Pakistani F-16 fighter plane can attack on Bangladesh, where traveled distance is 2,000 kilometers. F-16 fighter plane half of weight is 66,050 kilograms. That means full complete weight is 13,300 kilograms. Okay. Here travel distance is 2,000 kilometers and travel time is almost 10 seconds. Here you can say okay, 201 divided by 5 multiplied by 2. Okay. Here the kinetic power would be 81 million megawatts. And here we can see the kinetic. Here the temperature of artificial solar arc reactor, where that is fuel of the plane. The temperature of artificial solar arc reactor is 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 66 degrees Celsius. Well, we know the specific heat is 15,508 joule per kilogram per Kelvin. Okay, here we can see the weight of artificial sun would be like that. 0.8 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 6658 58. Okay, 6658 kilograms. Okay, that is the points. Well, that is the pure science, and that is actually the use of thermal physics and Newtonian kinetic energy. But still, accordance with Almas Jacob, that is black magic. Okay. Now, luckily, when Asif Munir Air Force can contain this level of physics, this level of scientific military research, hence, and Almas Jacob would say, well, Pakistani Air Force is applying black magic. Well, now what would happen if Asif Munir can get angry against Almas Jacob? You can just imagine, but it is difficult for me just to imagine. Okay? Brother, you can have a beef. Okay. Now here is the points. Now recently, in the several points, here I can say the dangerous points I have experienced. Okay, it is the first point. Now here second point, to expose Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob. Now, in 2021, here was such a video. Okay, I hope the video would be removed, but still here the video would be removed only because she is afraid that we can know it. Okay, now here, okay, Chandra, well, okay, now here we can see just for points.
को अपने आप से सवाल करना है, अगर आप इसके ऊपर बिलीव करते हैं, मैं उनसे मुखातिब हूं जो बिलीव करते हैं कि हाँ वाकई ही नील आर्मस्ट्रॉन्ग जो है वो पहला शख्स था जिसने चांद के ऊपर कदम रखा था। तो आप खुद से सवाल कीजिए कि चांद पर जो शख्स जिसने पहला कदम रखा और चांद का जो आखिरी मिशन था नासा का, वो अपोलो 17 था जो कि 1972 में हुआ। उसके बाद से कोई भी चांद पर क्यों नहीं गया, कोई भी इंसान उसके बाद चांद पर क्यों नहीं गया। 2025 में अब इनका प्लान है नासा का कि अर्थमिस नामी एक मून मिशन फिर से स्टार्ट किया जाए और दोबारा से इंसान जो है वो चांद के ऊपर कदम रखे। पर यहां पर सवाल ये पैदा होता है कि ये 53 साल 53 इयर्स तक का जो गैप बनता है, क्या 50 सालों में नासा के पास ज्यादा अच्छी टेक्नोलॉजी, लेटेस्ट टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं आई? क्या नासा के पास पहले से ज्यादा वसाइल नहीं आए? जो नासा ने फिर दोबारा से मून मिशन जो है उसको क्यों नहीं कंटिन्यू किया? और कितनी ज्यादा एक्सप्लोरेशन होनी बाकी है, तो मून के ऊपर ये वापस क्यों नहीं गए? 53 साल का जो गैप है वो क्यों बना? तो ये सवाल अगर आप अपने आप से करेंगे तो लॉजिकली इसका आंसर ये बनता है कि ये कभी गए ही नहीं थे, ये पॉसिबल ही नहीं है।
Okay. Now here you can see just for a moment. Well, now it was the video where in 2021 Almas Jacob tries to say that how Apollo 11 mission moon was formed. Well, here Apollo 11 mission moon was landed. Okay, Apollo 11 mission moon landed on Earth. Landed on the moon satellite. Okay, and the surface of moon satellite, Neil Armstrong is landed. Okay. The first evidence of Almas Jacob is when 1969 Apollo 11 could land on the moon. Then 1969, from 1969 to 2025. Yeah. Here, what was the points where 1960 NASA did not research on the moon? Okay. Okay. You can see. Well, now Apollo, as we can see the Apollo mission moons. Well, the first evidence of Almas Jacob is that, well, when in 25 years, from 19, what is 25 years? Okay. From 1970 to 2020. In 50 years, NASA did not research on the moon. That means NASA could not even land on the moon. Neil Armstrong landing on the moon is false. It is the first evidence of Almas. Okay. Well, but she forgot that in 50 years, NASA was researching on Mars. NASA was researching on Uranus. NASA on researching on Pluto, and the NASA on researching on another star system that was 1,000 light years away from the Earth. Okay, but still NASA did not research on the moon. That is, Apollo 11 could not land on moon. It is the points of Almas. That is the clearly significance that that is the clearly points of Almas Jacob, that when I start at class 1 in the calendar of 2001, in 2025 I should study in class 1. But the reality is, in 2022 I have completed the Masters of Science in Computer Science and Engineering, where accordance with Almas Jacob, I should study at class 1. Okay. Educationally, well, the question is that educationally, why I did not stay in class 1 and why I am able that in 2022 I have completed Masters of Science in Computer Science and Engineering. That means I did not even study in class 1. It is the logic of Almas Jacob. Okay. Now here I am shocking that she mentioned that her Qabil watcher would contain a daughter studying in class 8 in Pakistani school, and that is the points of Almas Jacob. Okay, and now I can hear the first points. Well, that is the points that what's going on here, the points. Okay, here that is the points, first point, and what is the second point is that in the second points, to prove that Neil Armstrong landing on moon is false, here the second evidence is of Almas Jacob is like that. Well, in a 36 pixel camera, we should see the star in the night sky, where the star is 5,000 light years away from my 36 pixel camera. Okay. Now here is a live stream where I am here, and now Here you can say 44. When our camera is 144 pixels, okay, 30 in a 3 meters distance. Well, you can notify me. Here I have a long white beard, where when you can see me in 1040 pixels or 720 pixels, then you can notify me that, well, I have wear actually niqab, white niqab, and well, white hijab. Here I am actually wear. But in 3 meters distance, in 144 pixel camera, my white niqab and blondie hijab is not clear. But in the points that Almas Jacob want to see me, Almas Jacob wants that Neil Armstrong should click the star at the night sky with 36 pixel camera, where the star at the night sky is 5,000 light years from the camera. Okay. Where the 3 meters distance in 144 pixel camera, you cannot see me properly, I cannot see you properly. Well, and nowadays 1040 pixel camera, where I have to click on the night sky, here I could not see any star properly. Where I can see a star on the night sky, only my eyes. But I cannot click the stars at the night sky with my 1040 pixel cameras. Okay. And 144 pixel camera here, 3 meters in 3 meters distance, nothing is can be clear. But in 1969, where the camera is 36 pixels, Neil Armstrong face is shown as drawing. Well, in the points of that, Almas Jacob wants 36 in 36 pixel camera, the star at the night sky would be shown, where the star is actually 5,000 light years from the camera on the land of surface of the moon, of the earth. Well, that is the evidence of Almas Jacob. And now here, in this type of knowledge of Almas Jacob, Almas Jacob's carriage is the high that she could consider that her Qabil watchers, her Qabil watchers, contains a daughter at class 8 of the Pakistani school, where the world reality is that the Qabil watcher probably could not even pass the class 3 exam of the Pakistani school, and well, the father of Pakistani daughter would not accept Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob as a groom of his daughters, because his requirement for daughter is graduated grooms in Pakistani universities, where the first priority is that it is the least priority, but the first priority is that Pakistani groom to study as masters of science in civil engineering or motor engineering or computer science and engineering in University of Oxford in England, or University of Cambridge in England. Well, here is that is the negative points here we are facing. Okay. Now here, and as an promotions of Annabella movie series, well, Alma Jacob says some negative points. I mean, Alma Jacob says that now the devils would kill us. The devil, paranormal demons would destroy our society. Okay. And the ghost is evil to destroy us, and that is the points of Alma Jacob. Okay, well, in the daytimes, I don't believe in ghosts. I mean, I don't believe in the existence of ghosts. But the reality is, it doesn't matter if even if the ghost existence is real or fake. If the ghost existence is fake, still I have my 5 positive 5 relatives. I mean, I have the memories with my 5 good relatives. Even the existence of God is fake. Well, now what if the existence of God ghost? I have 5. I have good memories with my 5 good relatives who are dead in 2024 in December month. Even if the existence of ghost is fake, but what if the existence of ghost is real? Congratulations that I have the 5 good ghosts who were led good relatives, who were the 5 good relatives to be dead in the December 2025 or December 2024. Okay. Now here I have exposed the misinformation of Almas Jacob about ghost. Okay. That is in misknowledge of Almas Jacob about ghost. Well, Almas Jacob is a courageous woman that she could think that her Qabil watchers would go to college, would contains a daughter as a student of class 8 in Pakistani school. While the reality is that the Qabil watchers even could not study in a class. The Qabil watchers even could not study in class 3 of the Pakistani school. Hence, any father would not provide his daughters as the wife of the Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob. Hence the daughters of Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob is out of question for me. Okay. And now here I can see some positive points. Okay. Now here I am searching the points where I can understand the shorter. So okay. Okay. Now here is my points. Well, now here you can see. Well, Ghenta Swami weight is 2000 kilograms. Jonah Petra weight is 80 kilograms. And Robert Downey Jr. weight is 60 kilograms. Okay. Now when Alma Jacob was discussing in the topic of time of art is fasting or slowing. Here Almas Jacob says that she does not believe in science. She believes in Christian Bible. And according with Christian Bibles, here sun would orbit around the earth. Not only sun but also sun and the other planets are orbit around the planet earth. But now let's see. What is gravitational orbits? Well, here gravitational orbit is like that. Okay. Well, here gravitational orbits is like that. Here, Ghenta Swami. Here is an American woman containing weight of 200 kilograms. And here is another American woman contains 80 kilograms and an American man contains weight of 60 kilograms. Okay. According with scientific gravitational orbits, in space Well, Jonah Petra with weight of 80 kilograms and Robert Downey Jr. with weight of 60 kilograms would orbit around the American fat women with the weight of 200 kilograms. But Jacob in gravitational orbits. Here, her knowledge about the gravitational orbit is from the Bible. And what is the Bible's statements? Biblical statements. Biblical statements is like that. Well, American women with the weight of 200 kilograms and Jonah Petra with the weight of 80 kilograms would orbit around Robert Downey Jr. with weight of 60 kilograms. Okay. That is the parts of Almas Jacob. Well, this level of gravitational orbit knowledge, Almas Jacob is courageous woman that she could think that her Qabil watchers would contain his daughter as a student of class 8 in Pakistani school, where the reality is that she even could not study in the Qabil watchers of Alma Jacob could not pass class 3 of Pakistani schools. And here we can see and what about Pakistani father of Pakistani daughters? He would not accept Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob as groom of his own daughter. Well, now the daughters of Qabil watchers is out of questions, and the daughter of Qabil watchers of Alma Jacob, who study in class 8 in Pakistani school, that is out of imaginary. Because here the knowledge of Almas Jacob about gravitational orbit is like that. Well, Alma gravitational orbits is like that. The American women with the weight of 200 kilograms and my wife Jonah Petra with the weight of 80 kilograms would orbit around Robert Downey Jr. with weight of 60 kilograms, where the science is that Robert Downey Jr. with the weight of 60 kilograms and Jonah Petra with the weight of 80 kilograms would orbit around the American women with the weight of 200 kilograms. Okay. Now, science is opposite that. Well, science is crystally opposite from the knowledge of biblical knowledge of Almas Jacob. Here, she could imagine that her Qabil vouchers would contain a daughter studying in class 8 in a Pakistani school. Well, that is out of imaginary powers of an educated man. And here I can consider Alma Jacob as a courageous woman. Well, that her imaginations about Qabil virtues is out of any educated man's imaginations. Well, and here, yeah, I salute this type of foolishness of Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob. Okay. Well, it is here part 0 to expose the Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob. But now I would like to expose the Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob in part 1. Okay. Now here, well, actually I have forgot the parts. Okay. Now here we can see, now here we can see the points. Accordance with Calcutta, well, let's check the difference between Alma Jacob educations and Pakistani black magical schools. Well, what is Alma Jacob math educations? Find the value of x from x plus 3 equal to 2, where the Pakistani black magical math school is that find the value of x from 5 to the power 6 to the power square root x, enter subtract by 6 to the power 7 to the power square root x is equal to 8. Okay. Now here we can see what is the math expressions. Here the value of x is negative 1. Well, and now here we can see I have mistakes to write. I have forgot the negative 1. Okay, now here we can see what is Pakistani black magical math school. That is, find value of x from 5 to the power 6 to the power square root x, enter subtract by 6 to the power 7 to the power square root x is equal to 8. Now let's solve it, where I can consider that 5 to the power 6 to the power square root x is Michaela multiplied by Jew, and 6 to the power 7 to the power square root x is Michaela. Now here, what is the value of Michaela? That is 4, and what is the value of Jew? That is 3. Okay. From Michaela multiplied by Jew is equal to 12. Here square root x is ln of 12, enter divided by ln of 6, ln of 5. On the other hand, well, what is Michaela? That is 4. That is 6 to the power 7 to the power square root x. Here square root x is ln of 4 divided by ln of 7, ln of 6. Now x is bracket of ln of 4 divided by ln of 7, ln of 6 bracket multiple by ln of 12 divided by ln of 6, ln of 5. Okay, it is the points, and bracket close. Okay, And now you can see, well, what is Pakistani black magical math school? That is that we have to solve the value of x where 5 to the power 6 to the power square root x, enter subtract by 6 to the power 7 to the power square root x, enter equal to 8. Okay. And now here we can, it is our points. Okay. And now it is the Pakistani black magical math school. Where what is Almas Jacob godly math school? That is, we have to find the value of x where x plus 3 equal to 2. Well, now, this level of educational knowledge of Almas Jacob is the courageous woman that she could think the Qabil watchers can contain their daughters studying in class 8 in Pakistani school, where the reality is that forget about him. Well, the reality, Almas Jacob knows that her Qabil watchers cannot pass even class 3 exam of Pakistani school. Hence, the Qabil watchers is supporters of Almas Jacob. Well, if anybody of you are viewers of Almas Jacob from 2016 to 2025, I mean the 9, almost 10 years, that you know that you were supporter of Almas Jacob only in the purpose to know the biblical words, biblical ayat. But when you know that the biblical ayat is the last part, but the first part, what was the context? Then you have started to hate Almas Jacob. Okay. And here is the points that what Almas Jacob has a points of it. Well, now I have encountered the supporters of Almas Jacob, who is supporters of Almas Jacob from the calendar of 2022. That means, she is almost, the girls with the age of 7 years, or the lowest IQ. Okay. These Qabil watchers, how can we ensure that, Almas Jacob would contain daughters or sons that she can study in as a higher education? Well, Almas Jacob knows that her Qabil watcher cannot pass the exam of class 3 of Pakistani school, and hence The Pakistani father of the Pakistani daughter cannot accept the Qabil watchers of Almas Jacob as Pakistani father's son-in-law. Here, here, just imagine what is the points we can assure. And now, well, in the next time, I would try to roast the female Qabil watchers of. I would try to roast Alma Jacob and to expose the female Qabil watchers of Alma Jacob. I would try to expose her. Okay, now I am late in breakfast. See you then. Photographers. Love you. Okay. Okay. And